Welcome to Twisted Bricks, your home for LEGO sci-fi and horror. Today we are exploring the depths and heights of the BIONICLE universe as we compare the wonderful and horrifying creatures that lurk, crawl, and fly there. Stick around. As always, we save the best for last. Nei Jaga. Although it's at the bottom of our list, the Nei Jaga is an absolute delight, so long as you don't run into them in the wild, of course. The Nei Jaga are essentially huge mosquitoes, and while they typically only consume liquids such as sap and plant fluids, they are not a rahi to be trifled with. They have been used as weapons by dark forces, and they have a history of causing environmental and structural catastrophes. But they also have a super sick mask-knocking play feature, so they were a necessity to include on this list. The trans blue eye masks are exclusive to this set and are an awesome touch to an already cool design. A welcome addition to any old school Bionicle collection, but we have far cooler creatures to explore, so shoo fly, don't bother me. Nei Jaga. Created by Makuta and the LEGO Group in 2001, the Nei Jaga were a violent rahi species that terrorized the Matoran universe with a wide range of abilities and attacks. They had powerful claws and a stinger that could strike with deadly force or be used to fling venom at unsuspecting prey. They're terrifying, but also dumb, and frequently fight amongst themselves. Any sane and peace-loving being would stay far away from these dangerous but cool-looking rahi. Personally, I love the design, particularly the color schemes and the whole face and jaw area featuring their beady little eyes and severe but charming underbite. A great creature and a near tie with the next creature on our list. Aava. I swear there's more on this list than just rahi from the first 2 years of Bionicle. Also created by Makuta and the LEGO Group, the Aava are reptilian, serpent-like creatures that like to box, I guess? This is a rahi that doesn't really resemble any creature known to man, which gives it some extra points in my book. You could kind of compare them to crocodiles in the sense that they tend to hunt other rahi that come close to the water to drink. Again, with the Aava, we see the awesome color schemes typical of early Bionicle models, and a couple of subtle differences between the Aava designs. This knock'em sock'em creature is undeniably cool, but it is far from the greatest of the rahi designs. Stay tuned for those. Boro. Designed by the great beings to do, well, something important that we're not going to get into here. The Boro were actually insectoid robotic entities that were controlled by Krana, which followed telepathic commands by the Barog Queens. More on them later. But more importantly, the Boro had sick AF designs that completely captured our imagination as kids. I mean, come on. The spherical shape, the color combos, the translucent bits, the play features were all perfection. The Boro call were cool, but definitely a downgrade in my opinion. Comment below if you're able to pick a favorite, because I simply cannot. Leevok and Tanakh are definitely up there though. Skirm. Ever wanted to have a pet dinosaur? A rock steed that was defeated and tamed by the bone hunter Pharaoh, Skirm is pretty much that. Possessing acute senses, sharp claws, a venomous tail, and powerful jaws, Skirm is one heck of a pet to have. Stable, posable, and very aesthetically pleasing, Skirm is one memorable monster that easily earned its place in this list. It towers over the creatures listed earlier and earns points for its power and size alone. It bears a satisfying resemblance to a T-Rex, and it would be an awesome addition to any Bionicle shelf. Fenra. Fenra was a mutated Fenra spawn that fought the insane Paraka Vizon. Luckily for Vizon, the Mask of Life fused to Fenra, and they became buddies. I love a good creepy crawly creature, and Fenra definitely has those vibes. But of course, the real it factor here is that ridiculous jaw. Look at those chompers. In my mind, the brilliance of a monster design often rests in the eyes or the mouth, and in this creature, the mouth is second to none. In a 1v1 mounted battle, Vizon and Fenra mop the floor with Skirm. But if the fight is near a body of water, they're both toasted by our next creature. Nocturne. A powerful, amphibious prisoner of the pit, Nocturne possesses more brawn than brains, is easily angered, and is not mentally disciplined enough to use Konohi. But who needs mental discipline when you're an instinctive, natural-born killer with 4 arms, spikes, sharp teeth, and you glow in the dark? I think Nocturne has an amazing design, bearing an inhuman, hunched-over look while still appearing fearsome and capable. The underwater and almost alien aesthetic gives off an evil feeling and a certain sinister look that places him comfortably in the top half of this list. But his design is rather basic compared to the rest of the freaky deakies to follow in this list, so stay tuned. Gadunka. Originally a little 1-inch pest, Gadunka grew to massive size after being exposed to the Mask of Life. It is 100% beast, living only to eat, survive, and defend its territory. I'm particularly fond of Gadunka because he looks like the kind of monster I would have doodled as a 5-year-old. His body is a sort of ridiculous lump, and he has more mouth and jaws than anything else. And the jaws on Gadunka are stupid huge in a way that I just adore. I can remember seeing him in stores when I was a kid, and I was almost in disbelief that LEGO had designed such an awesome, fun, monster set. Truly, Gadunka is one of the most iconic Bionicle Rahi from the late 2000s. Muaka and Kirra. We've got a bit of a 2-for-1 here. Both are Rahi created by Makuta, but there are some subtle differences. The Muaka are solitary, cat-like nocturnal hunters, incredibly swift and incredibly powerful. Kirra are basically giant territorial bulls, with sharp, curving horns and a broad snout. Both creatures have incredible designs, in terms of size, appearance, and playability. Perhaps the most impressive aspect of the creatures is their ability to stretch out their necks, open their jaws, and then bite. Not only that, they can also be injured to the point of severing limbs. The Muaka even included masks that were individually hand-painted, if you'd believe it. It is truly incredible to look back on these early Bionicle sets and see just how well developed they were, and Muaka and Kirra are an excellent example of that quality. Cardos. This is the only superset I've included in this list, but it would have been criminal not to include it. In the very literal heat of battle, our old friend Fenra transformed into the mighty Cardos. He had great strength, acidic saliva, and that same mighty jaw we know and love. Cardos is freaking huge, and is built from the pieces of Axon, Brutaka, and the original Vizon and Fenra set. Appearing as a cross between a dragon and a Balrog, Cardos has so many cool elements to admire. Killer wings, sharp claws, and a huge pointed tail all come together in a terrifying harmony to portray this absolute beast of a creature. Cardos towers over almost all other Bionicle figures, and would be a total eye-catcher in any Bionicle or even regular LEGO collection. It is a glorious figure, but I would trade it in for our next creature pair in a heartbeat. Katok and Gatok. My queens, my lovely Balrog queens. Created by the great beings, the Balrog queens were the rulers and controllers of the Borok, responsible for the cleansing of Mata Nui. I could go on about their purpose, their abilities, or their epic battle with the Toa, but for this video, I just want to focus on the beauty of their designs. There is a certain elegance to their design that just speaks for itself. They have this final level boss look, and a roundness to their shape that really works and helps affirm their position as rulers of the roly-poly Borok. Of course, it should be no surprise that the top creature of this list has an amazing play function as well. There is a cohesiveness, a satisfying consistency in the designs of these Dragon Queens that is unmatched by any Rahi in the Bionicle timeline. Even without the play function, it should come as no surprise that I find the most appealing element of Katok and Gatok to be their head and mouths. The use of the rare white Technic pins here really sells the whole look and makes these creatures look truly alive and organic. Or rather, bionic. Well, that's my list. Comment below if you enjoyed, agreed, disagreed, or just want to make polite conversation. Or impolite conversation. You have free will after all. So long as you avoid getting one of these on your face, at least. If you enjoyed this content, be sure to like and subscribe for more, and if you like LEGO sci-fi in general, be sure to check out our latest feature film, Gray Horizons. Thanks for watching, this is Twisted Bricks, signing off.